Good morning, YouTube. Dave in Kentucky. Slurping some, what was it this I roasted? Some Brazilian coffee. I've had some Brazil and some Costa Rican lately. Anyway, on a Williams shave, using some vintage Williams out of a wood tub. And today we are going to be using a DeHaven razor. So the DeHavens were made by a gentleman, last name DeHaven. That's Dehaven. He had patents from in the late 20s through 30, and I think he produced the razors through 37. They took a proprietary blade, and he changed the blade multiple times throughout the models. There's a Model 1 that's a Diplomat I do not have. There's a Model 2 that I have, and a Model 3 that I have. You can see it embossed on their DeHaven razor. Anyway, so I'll run you through those. Weights Compendium shows these, and then it also shows going to a Synchronine number 1 and a Synchronine number 2. To me, it looks like the only difference was they changed the blade to a wedge style blade in one and change in cases. Other than that, it's still the Model 3 razor. So let's take a look at the Model 3. This is the case I have. It's a Bakelite one. You'll see it in different ones. I happen to have a new blade in the box there, and I'm not sure what style blade it even is. But anyway, not opened it, not needed it. Reason being is these have an interesting, these were a shake type one, where you would shake this plate here, would sharpen it. And it said never buy another blade. So I don't know how he thought he was going to have an ongoing business just selling razors that people didn't need to buy blades for. But this is, as you can see on there, it says Model 3. This is what a blade would look like. It has this mechanism on it. You'll see on one side it says DeHaven, and it says 1 on there, and on the other side it has 2. That does not mean Model 1 or 2. That's just the 2 sides of the blade that you could use. So you would sit it on there and then snap it back, and that's what holds it. You notice there's no blade on that one. That's how you can use these with modern blades. If you can get the blade out of there, people said you can get some pliers, pull on it. It broke when I did that, so I had to fish it out of there using a feeler gauge or something. I forget what I used. I'm just fortunate enough to get that one out. I have another blade to try and do that with. Once you do that, you can take a half a DE blade or an Injector blade. And then slide it in. Once you have that there, again, you just put it on the back there and snap it in. You're ready to shave. So that's the model number 3. Figure out how it sits in the case there again. There we go. Okay, so let's set that one aside. Here is the Model 2. Again, I don't have the Diplomat, the Model 1. So it's an interesting case. First of all, it has a little storage thing. If I can grab the little flap here. I'm trying to do this so you can see it actually. It pulls up, and I think it's just a piece of Steptic in there. That's the case for that. I got this one from T. White on the forums, and he made a mechanism. You notice the difference in this one right away. The blade. There went all the pieces. Let me grab that. Let me pause you while I find those pieces. Well, wasn't that an adventure? It took me a few minutes. Just seconds for you. The magic of television or YouTube. Okay, so Roger has made this aluminum holder so that you can use an injector blade. It has two nubs on there that you place the blade on. Okay. Once that's on that side, it's the first time I really looked at it. And that goes on that side. And that holds the blade. So there's two pieces, one on each side, that clamp on and hold that injector blade. And there is a little slide in there where their blade would go into. So that's what you put. You slide this into. And then you lower it. And hopefully it all stays together. There. That's a relief. So opening it up, because it's a loose fit for those things holding that blade, it's slid out, flipped out, whatever. So there you have it. That's the model number 2. We may use the Model 3 on another video. I do have an upcoming video. My next video will be with a prototype for the Alpha Bandit that will land at my house either today or tomorrow. It's got 3 heads. It has an open comb, a straight bar, and then a straight bar. Not a different blade gap or geometry. It just has, one has no lather slots and one does, and so he's trying to decide on whether they're needed or not. So that's the only difference between those 2 heads. So let me wet my face. And I've already gotten some lather started here with my Williams. Let's see. I may have to reload that due to the time that's expired. Don't think I'll have my typical Williams lather because of it sitting while I hunted that piece. But it gives you a little excitement. Much thinner than I normally have. But it'll be plenty of cushion and slick enough. With Williams soap being discontinued recently and me having so many of the vintage, I decided I would use that this week. Alright, so here we go. Injector blade in the Model 2. First time using this. I've used the model number 3 plenty of times, but had gotten this 2 from Tom. And he kindly included the mechanism to hold the blade. And I don't recall getting a shave with it yet. So a nice design, and of course the point that they were using for marketing was the shaking mechanism to sharpen the blades, which obviously won't work with this modern newer blades that we have in here. And I believe that's what the Shake Sharps were based on, the same principle. I love my MK1 and 2. If you've not seen that video on the Shake Sharps, they're in there. Go ahead and check on my videos. And you'll find many more vintage and antique razors that I've been slowly documenting. Thank you for all the new viewers too, subscribers. Appreciate that. I think last look we were at 203. When we get to 250, we're going to do a giveaway. Will be your choice of soap and splash from Sterling. So the winner will just give me their choice if it's in stock and available. And I will order it and have it shipped to you. So it's a nice shave with this. First time using this one, like I said, with the Injector blade. I've not even tried the Model 3 that I have with an Injector blade, which I could. I've been using the half a DE blade. I think it gets it the blade a little further out than it would with the Injector, but I'll try it with an Injector too. It's a shame that Williams played with their formula, trying to make more money. keeping a cheaper soap, and now they've got to the point where they had a cheap soap. Some people had difficulty with it. Others, no trouble at all, but it wasn't selling enough, and I guess they've just dropped it. That's the email that they had sent to me, Comb Company. Stopped producing it in November, and so if you can find any, people are charging exorbitant prices for it now, more than vintage was. But if you find it on a store shelf, you might get it cheap still. But when it's gone, it's gone. I don't think they have any locally around me. I never looked for it before. Because I have so much of the vintage. And I don't see any of it now that I looked. And I have been enjoying my week with the Williams. Looking forward to using it through Sunday. Then we'll get to some other soaps that have some sense. Because this vintage certainly doesn't smell like anything, really. Let's get it rinsed. Let's hit it with some Humphreys today. A little on that. Another item discontinued that I enjoy. Alright, so while that dries down, let's take a slurp of coffee. Where are we at here? 18 minutes. I'll try to keep this short for y'all, but just wanted to run through and explain those razors, how you can adapt the blades and use them. If you have any questions, just ask me down in the comments with regard to it, but I think I've covered pretty much what you'll have to do. And don't have any tips for it, how to get that old blade out of that little, and have that slot uniform so that you're able to slide another, either half of the DE into it, or use an injector blade. As far as the mechanism for this, that's Tom White. He's T White on DFS, The Shaved Den, over on Toast 3, where we predominantly use only single edge razors. Other razors, if you use them, you can post it in your shave of the day, but it's listed as unmentionable and no pictures of them. Only single edge razors, the original safety razors. So that's TOST3.com. TOST, the number 3.com will get you there. And I'll have a link down in the description to the forum. Anyway, Tom's there, and he made this. I'm not sure if he's doing them for others or if he can give you the information so that you could print it yourself out of a 3D printer or something. But anyway, there's that. Let's hit it with some Aqua Velva. And we'll wrap the shave up. Again, I thank you for joining me. And I don't do all the social media stuff, Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot, Twitter, whatever other things are out there, I don't know. I just post the videos here, kind of documenting my old razors that I have. We have more coming up. Again, my next video, I'm not sure what day, Sunday, Monday, whatever it'll be, that I'll have the Bandit razor prototype. So, again, appreciate you new subscribers. We're at 203, fluctuates up and down as people maybe subscribe and unsubscribe, but we hit 250. We'll do a giveaway with some Sterling soap and splash. So Dave in Kentucky, be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the forums.